The second day of the school week starts, and I find myself more pumped than yesterday. For some reason, I can't get the idea of the party out of my head. I know it isn't going to be anything too big, but something about it just seems exciting. My thoughts linger on until Sayori runs up to me from behind.
Hey, Holly.
Hey, Sayori, you came out of your house later than usual.
Any reason why? Oh, sorry about that.
I think she wasn't supposed to say that first line.
I was up last night deciding what songs to put on the playlist.
You're really taking this role seriously. You know, no one's really expecting you to be a full-on DJ.
I know, but it just seems so fun.
Alright, just remember that you're still taking classes right now. Don't push yourself too hard, Master DJ.
I'll try to remember that. It's just that there's so many songs to choose from, it takes time for me to know what fits.
Okay then, what songs have you put on the playlist anyway?
The answer is a secret until Friday.
Is one of the songs the chicken dance?
No. Well, a bit of the song is the chicken dance. But can you really blame me for putting that on there? It's so catchy.
Sayori then does the dance moves in front of me. It doesn't matter if we're alone or in public. If she thinks of the chicken dance, she will do the chicken dance. By the time we reach the school, she's still dancing. It's pretty funny, but I have to end the fun eventually. Okay, Chicken Sayori, that's enough for now. You have to save that for energy for the party. And the rest of the school day, for that matter.
Oh, that was so much fun! I guess I'll just have to be extra chicken with my nose at the party. I'll see you later, Allie.
See ya, Sayori. With that conversation done, I go through the school day, meaning I get to spend another class period with Yuri. However, today something struck a chord with me. Yuri's glum attitude from yesterday is still going strong. The weird thing is that today we were finally reading Portrait of Markov. She should be ecstatic about this. Instead, she's looking down, uninterested in the world around her. I try some antics to get her attention. I did the thing that always gets a cat's attention, but I received nothing to my avail. I have the feeling that the rest of the week may not plan out well. The class continues on, and still nothing from her. The anxiety I left behind yesterday returned, and my mind wondering what's going on in her head. She didn't give me much to go off of in yesterday's conversation, so I'm drawing a blank. The bell for the class rings, and I'm left with nothing. I get up to go to my next class as if it were any other day, but I see Yuri still sitting there for a bit with the same still expression on her face before getting up. Something is clearly messing with her, and I can't just let myself wonder while she obviously has something going through her head. I walk up to her, but she still looks rather listless, disconnected from everything around her. Hey Yuri, are you feeling well today? Yuri seemed a bit shocked when I asked that.
Oh, yes. I'm just feeling a bit distracted today. Why do you ask?
I guess I'm just worried. You've been really distant since yesterday. I was wondering if you wanted to talk about it. Yuri then makes a slightly frustrated expression. I don't think she's mad at me, but herself, rather.
I see. Holly, is it possible we can discuss this at a later time? I don't want to be late to my next class.
Sure, just promise me that we can talk about this, okay? It doesn't sit well with me when you get upset like this.
I promise.
After that, she goes on down the hall with great taste. She nearly trips over her own footsteps with how quick she was going. This wasn't very successful, but she did promise to talk about it, so I suppose that's a step in the right direction. My only hope is that we can talk after the club today. After the school day finishes, I make my way to the club room as normal. However, instead of the gloom from yesterday that took over the room, there is something else going on. I see Sayori looking around the rooms with the look of a detective in her eye. The rooms? Pardon? Natsuki is watching her closely as well at one of the desks. After setting my stuff down, I go ask Monica as to what is going on. Hey Monica, do you have any idea as to why Sayori wants to be Sherlock Holmes right now? Shh. Monica puts a finger on my lip to silence me as Monica, and Natsuki watch Sayori walk around the room. She goes around to the teacher's desk a few times before moving on to the windows. I'm not sure what's more lost right now, me trying to figure out what's going on or Sayori's detective skills. At the windows, Sayori does a quick inspection of on each frame before moving on to the closet. Sayori then, for some reason, stealthily infiltrates the closet. She snoops around each shelf before she jumps out of the closet and returns to the teacher's desk.
Alright, as my examination done, I will place it here.
Place what there?
The boombox, of course.
Wait, you're telling me you went through the trouble of being a detective in this whole room just to find out where to put a boombox? It's then that Natsuki starts to bust out laughing.
Oh my god, that's the funniest thing I've seen all day! You went here thinking there's something important happened, to then find out the commotion was for a boombox!
Natsuki continues to giggle loudly at the desk. It's not that funny. There's no way you would laugh at me like that, right, Monica? My heart is broken as I see Monica snickering to herself, trying her best to hide her humor. Come on, Monica, not you too.
I'm sorry, Holly. I was meaning to tell you what was happening, but I thought it would be funnier to throw you in a loop. I'll be sure to tell you anything else that happens.
You say you're sorry, but you're still laughing. I turn to Sayori, who is also laughing like the traitor she is. Were you in on this too, Sayori?
No, I swear, I'm only laughing because they're laughing.
I'm in a triangle of laughter right now. I know I should be mad right now, but for some reason I can't help but chuckle as well right now.
That's the spirit, Holly. You have to admit that was pretty funny.
Yeah, I guess you're right. The laughter eventually dies down, but when it does, I notice Yuri. Was she in the room the whole time? I walk over to Yuri, seeing that she's not sharing the same cheerful attitude as the club right now. Yuri, did you see what happened just now?
I did. I just don't have the urge to laugh right now.
I'm able to sense the tone in her voice. Her bad mood from this morning is still upon her, changing the relaxing attitude I just had to one of worry. Yuri, do you want to talk about anything? You said earlier you would be open to it.
I did, didn't I? Can we talk about it later? I don't feel comfortable talking about it right now.
Sure. Despite the shenanigans today, Yuri still seems to be distraught about something. The day continues on like this, with Sayori planning something out over something very trivial. I don't know why, but each of us smile when she does. All of us except Yuri, however. Her demeanor stays the same throughout the entire meeting. I know Yuri doesn't partake in anything so silly, but I thought she would at least find it amusing like she has before. The club day eventually ends, each of us saying our goodbyes as we make our exits. On the way home, Yuri keeps to herself, shutting off any place for her radiant warmth to glow. It's difficult to see her like this, but I figure now is as good a time as any to ask about why she's so depressed. Yuri, we need to talk.
What do I need to talk about?
I just need to know what's happening with you. You look like you've lost all hope in life right now. It hurts me to see you like this. Can you please tell me what's happening? Yuri takes a bit to form her response. It looks like she's willing to open up.
It's going to take a bit of time to explain. Do you have anything to do today?
No, I want to listen to you. She takes an apprehensive face before she speaks, almost afraid of what to say.
Holly, do you remember when I first showed you my cuts?
My spine begins to tingle when I hear that. Yeah?
And when I thought about breaking up, I used the excuse that we weren't permanent, that you'll move on. Well, here we are in the future, but something just feels wrong. Everything around us is changing. When the club was announced to be cancelled, it opened my eyes to the truth. The club will be gone, but what about the rest of you, the friends I made along the way? I already told you I used to eat alone in the cafeteria, that I couldn't make friends in general. With the club, it felt like there was finally hope for me. Hope that I could finally be happy with people other than myself. It's so weird and difficult to explain, because I had always wished it to be alone. But you always showed me how happy I could be, how free I can feel from my burdens. However, unfortunately, as the end was coming near, my instincts were right. I was right to believe everything was temporary. I was a fool to think otherwise, naive to believe that I can change the way destiny flows. And what's the result? I go back to relying on my burdens. This pain, it's ironically the only relief I have with myself. And when everyone runs away from me because of my burdens, those burdens will be all I have left to comfort me. Though it can't amount to mine or the friends I've made along the way. Those friends too will be gone. Friends that took so long for me to find, stripped away from me. I know it will only be harder from here on out for me.
We stay silent, standing on the road. I know Yuri's problems go deep, but I didn't know it went beyond skin. It goes to her very character. I thought that I was helping her through this, but I haven't even gone through problem 1. What am I supposed to do now? I'm supposed to... past tense. Whatever.
I should be going home now. I need some time alone.
Oh, okay.
Goodbye, Holly.
Bye, Yuri. She walks off into the sunset, the only dark spot on the golden horizon. I start walking back home as well, taking in and processing the conversation. This is stupid. Just start a Discord. What the hell do I do? Everything was going somewhat well before, but now, how am I supposed to fix this? I can't exactly stop the end from happening. I was in this room with her the first time she explained this to me, all that time ago, but here I am, still unknowable to how to help her. I don't think that word applies to... unknowing, maybe? Maybe there's something from that time that could help me now. when she believed in me, when she went outside of her own head and saw what I was doing for her. After that, she saw that she was worthwhile for me. But now, here at the end, she's afraid of the thought of losing all of us for good. But if that's the case, maybe I just need to show how worthwhile she is to her friends. Maybe if I can show if we can live beyond the literature club, that we can love her and understand her throughout life, perhaps that can be just what she needs to hear. But for that to happen, for Yuri to truly believe they'll love her through anything, I'll have to tell them everything about Yuri, which could include her cutting. Not really? Whatever. It's going to be rough in more ways than one. But it might be something she needs to hear from all of us. Before that, I'll talk with Sayori when I see her tomorrow. Perhaps just have her talk to Yuri first. If that doesn't work, then we may have to move to more deeper measures. You don't need more and an ER word at the same time. This is so strange, so unlike me when I think back. But for some reason, I know I have to do this. I mean, it could be more and deeper, but it can't. More deeper is it? You're dumb. This whole thing's dumb. Just start a Discord. Another day of school, another day that I wish I could sleep in. Or at least I would say that if today isn't so important. I have to make sure things go well with Sayori. Not too long after finishing that thought, I see her coming up to me from up the street. Speak of the devil.
Hey, Holly, how's it going?
It's going pretty well, Sayori.
You waited for me today instead of being groggy, so I'm guessing you have something in mind.
Wait, how would you know of something like that?
I've lived thirsty for so long, I know how you act, Holly.
I have to remind myself that Sayori isn't an airhead all the time, despite how she acts. She can be pretty sharp and creative when she puts her mind to something.
Well, what are you hoping for today?
Well, it's about Yuri. You've noticed how she's been a bit down for the past few days, right?
Yeah, she just seems so upset about something. I can tell she's going through a difficult time, believe me.
I do. I tried talking to her about it yesterday, and it didn't pan out so well.
Did anything serious happen? Like relationship threatening?
No, nothing like that. But it is something threatening, however.
What is it?
Yuri believes that because the Literature Club is ending, that she'll be no longer friends with us.
What? But we would never leave her behind.
That's what I was thinking too, and that's why I need your help.
I'm listening, Ellie.
I want you to talk to Yuri today, and maybe see if you can get through to her or cheer her up. I think I've done all I can on my own, so I thought maybe you could get through to her. You two share a class, right?
Yeah, I sure love her.
Can you talk with her then?
Of course, there's no way I would leave a friend singing their value loss. It really feels like the worst.
Thanks, Sayori. I can always rely on you.
No problem.
By the time our discussion ends, we're already inside the school. I'll be seeing you later, Sayori.
Alright, bye, Holly.
Hopefully Sayori can handle this on her own. If she can't, I'll have to use Plan B. What was that transition? Here I am, after school, and I'm just hoping everything went okay between Sayori and Yuri. I wasn't able to focus at all in class today with how Yuri is faring. I'm lucky this week doesn't really count. I hear footsteps by the door, the anticipation of who's walking, killing me.
Hey, Holly.
Hi, Sayori. How did it go with Yuri? With Sayori's face looking down, I didn't expect good news.
I don't think I really got to her. She seemed really stuck with her thoughts. I tried mentioning it subtly at first, but she saw through me. I think she got mad at herself by me asking anything about her rain cloud. Sorry I wasn't able to help.
It's okay, Sayori. You did the best you could. This isn't good at all. With how things are going, that Plan B might have to come into action. I'm going to have to tell the club about Yuri so they can really understand what's going on. I know they'll understand, but I'm not sure Yuri will. Natsuki and Monika enter the room, both talking happily about something. Hi guys, what's going on?
Oh, it's nothing. Monika just said something she really shouldn't have. Honestly, Monika, I didn't know you were like that. I'm not Natsuki. My mind just wanders sometimes, you know. I don't think just anyone would wonder if... Not in front of Hallie, Natsuki. You get to tease me all the time. I say it's my turn to tease you. But not with something like that. That'll just make it even better.
What are you two even talking about?
Well, Monika was just wondering if you would... What?
Monika then went on a tickle assault toward Natsuki, and a ferocious one at that.
What? Quit! It's gonna take a lot more than simple begging to stop me.
Natsuki is trying her best to be angry, but the tickling is preventing her from being so. Monika continues her attack on Natsuki as me and Sayori just stand there. Is it me, or is everyone acting a bit out of character right now?
I guess everyone's just really comfortable with each other at the moment.
Yeah, a tickle attack is more of your style, Sayori.
Yeah, it still is.
Wait, what was that? Sayori suddenly started making a sinister face and glares at Natsuki.
Here I come! Say, Ari! Not you! Too! I guess I can stop now since you've learned your lesson. But that just leaves you at the mercy of Sayori. No!
Well, looks like things are going back to normal. Monica, what was it that Natsuki was trying to say?
Oh, that. I don't think you'll want to know. You may not like what you hear.
You don't say. I look back at Natsuki, who is reclaiming her stance and gets out her vicious fang.
Alright, Sayori, you can calm down on the tickling now. Okay.
Natsuki stands up with a sour expression on her face.
You two are out of your minds, you know that?
Out of your minds? They don't have one. Come on, Natsuki, don't tell me you didn't have any fun.
That's not untrue.
We all have a laugh from that. Well, all except Yuri. She's just sitting at a desk reading a book. A part of me doubts she didn't see the commotion. I just wish I could just get through to her just